Hey guys, this is Lorraine Lopez Loves. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Lorraine, and today we have two fun guests. Very excited. We have Betsy Cox, my comedy wife.
Yeah.
100%.
Stand-up comedian, actress, writer, co-host on Alex Thomas's The Funny Don't Stop. And yeah, she does everything, guys.
Yeah.
And we also have Allene Quincy here in the house. She just did a one-woman show that was amazing. Funny stand-up comedian, actress, writer, all of the above. So thank you guys for coming.
Thanks, hon. Thanks for having.
Thanks, Lorraine, for having us.
Oh, of course. I just have to say, I know I mentioned it in one of the previous podcasts that the reason why I started doing stand-up was because Betsy Cox told me 7 years ago. She was like, you know what, you should do stand-up comedy. And I was like, really? I'm like super shy. We were working at a nightclub together. And I didn't understand why. Then
working in a nightclub.
working in a nightclub. But she had mentioned that to me. And I started doing stand-up. We stopped, and then we got back into it. And I now hear her every day. I realize she tells every person she meets, you should do stand-up comedy. And it's usually people that should not be doing stand-up comedy. And I'm like, why are you? I'm like, great. So my whole career is based on a fluke. Thank you, Betsy Cox. Okay.
Well, hey,
I could have been married in Paris right now with a family. Okay. Now I'm in LA struggling. Just kidding. I love it. Thank you.
Lorraine Lopez.
Thank you.
You love London. You can still get married in Paris, take a train to London and do stand-up.
I'm kidding. I love my life.
Thank you. Thank you for taking my advice. You're very funny. Yeah, Lorraine.
Thank you, Betsy. I owe it all to Betsy Cox. I also have a funny story of how I met Quincy. Mm-hmm. We went to the Laugh Factory, and after we went to a bar, and I had mentioned to my friend Derek Alvarado, who was on the show last week, and I said I had just gotten double broken up with. And he was laughing, and he was like, what? That's hilarious. And then I've never met you before, and you were like, don't you ever say that to her. She is going through a hard time. That's insensitive. Like, I was scared, and I knew that he was just joking, but I was laughing inside and crying inside. I just couldn't believe it. But you were so sweet. And then the next time I saw you, you didn't remember who I was. And I was like, this girl, she was the nicest person. And then I think it took you, Quincy, 4 times to finally remember, oh, you're Lorraine. Okay, cool.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry, Lorraine.
Oh, no, it's okay. It's fine.
Sometimes Latinas look the same to me. I'm teasing. So that's not true.
I love
I
that.
have to
Yes,
say,
all the Latinas doing stand-up.
Right. I am mistaken for every blonde stand-up comedian on the planet. I swear to God, all blondes must look
so
alike.
give us an example
crazy.
of some of the blondes that people say you look like.
Oh my God! Somebody thought I was Annie Letterman. Somebody that people think I was at a comedy club last night, and another blonde. They're like calling me by her name, and I'm like, sorry, no, I'm Betsy.
It's crazy.
All the time.
Which is funny because there's not that many people to get confused with, I think.
There's not.
I remember I know all the girls. I'm like, yo, what's up?
You are so good.
I'm good. I know people like
nobody's business. You remember I have to say the night that Lorraine got double broken up with and you were about to get a fight. Meanwhile, every breakup she goes through, I'm going through too.
Yeah. No, she
I'm like, that's it. I'm going after him and crying. I'm all upset.
Yeah.
And then Quincy, really, I was laughing so hard. I was like,
we were all scared.
I was terrified. I was like, oh God, is she going to fight him?
I don't remember what he said, but it just came off so insensitive. And it was also 3 shots later, so I don't really.
3 shots, Quincy. I have never seen a margarita.
That was the worst margarita ever.
You had bottles of liquor sticking out of them.
They stick a bottle in the top.
Yeah.
What was it like? What's the bottle? The Cadillac.
Corona?
The Cadillac. No, what goes on the Cadillac?
Oh, Grand Marnier.
Yeah, it was a giant. It was a tiny bottle, but it was big enough to fuck you up. Of a Grand Marnier upside down on the top. I was like, really? But hey, man.
I would be dead if I drank that. I would be dead. Sorry.
Yeah, instead, I just, protect my girlfriend.
No, that was so
happens.
so sweet. I was like, wow.
Oh,
Bodyguard.
I was like, I'm not even gonna stop her. Like, I know he's not. Didn't mean it in a bad way, but I was like, all right, I'm just gonna sit back. This is nice.
But did you not stop her because you were a little bit scared to say
I was
something?
scared. Okay. I'm like, I'm just a really.
Wow.
Oh, no. Yeah. No, I was terrified.
Amazing. I'm sorry I intimidated you, sweetie. I didn't mean to.
No, that was
funny.
great. All right, guys. I guess let's start talking about shit. Let's see. So Betsy Cox is married, guys. I just want to go ahead and ruin your dreams. People don't believe it.
Yeah.
You're married? I didn't know that.
Really? No one knows. No one knows.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Nolan, you know I'm married because your wife has the same name as me, and we talked about being married.
Well, that's funny. I remember all the wife similarity name. Somehow the marriage thing went completely. I missed that entirely.
But people don't believe it because Betsy's out doing comedy every night.
Yeah.
And guys are like, you have like your husband. And I'm like, no, she actually has a wonderful husband. She's happily married.
Yeah.
But she also went to Switzerland for like 2 weeks and did not take one picture of anything in Switzerland except selfies in bathrooms. So I don't know. Was she in Switzerland? I have no idea.
That was so funny. I got back, and of course, I'll call Lorraine right away, and I'm like, I'm back, I miss you. And then she's like, Betsy, I have been laughing my ass off the whole time you're gone. I never met anyone that goes to Europe and takes all pictures of themselves in a bathroom and then puts the location of where they are. She's like
the Matterhorn location, and then she's like in a dark corner, like. I just could, and just look up her Instagram, Blinging Betsy. Is it just Blinging Betsy?
Yeah, Blinging Betsy.
Blinging Betsy comedy.
Blinging Betsy comedy. Look it up. It is hilarious.
I did take one on the street, y'all.
And I did. I messaged you constantly. I was sending you like, please post pictures of the mountains.
Yeah.
Please. And she did not.
You never got the mountains?
She didn't do it.
Lorraine's like, Betsy, like, I really want to see this. Like, maybe I want to go. Post some stuff. And I'm like, I'll try.
Never did. Hilarious. Never fucking did.
Never did.
Did you do any touristy stuff while you were there?
I mean, I hike. I do the hikes there. I mean, I've been to Zermatt a ton of times, but I did.
Excuse me. I've been to Zermatt a ton
I did.
of times.
I went to some castles.
You didn't get any pictures of castles?
I did. I took them on my camera. I just didn't post any. I got so mad in the castles about the way things are. Like, I was like, are you serious? Like, oh, my family's owned this castle. Talk about privilege. So you got this castle from the 1600s dropped down to you? Damn.
I think that's what gets you pissed off. She's like, no, I will not. These people that have been here for no.
Yeah. I'm like,
that.
okay, so you were born in a privilege, and now you got $1 million castle with 800,000 acres of land. Cool. Good for you. All good. Not posting. Goodbye.
Yeah. So Betsy grew up in New Orleans. You gonna tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah,
that's fun.
Yeah, I grew up in New Orleans on a gator farm. No, I'm joking. Quincy's like, I'm a city girl. The New Orleans city, the dirty South. I grew up in New Orleans, got the fuck out of there. Yeah. I had to get out of New Orleans.
Yeah, but you weren't anywhere near the touristy stuff, right?
Yeah. I used to hang out in the French Quarter all the time from the time I was a kid on. Yeah, you run the streets all over New Orleans. New Orleans is crazy.
Did you work at Hooters in New Orleans?
Girl, I worked at Hooters from the age of 15 to just when I turned 18 and a half in New Orleans, moved to Miami, worked at Hooters in Miami.
Damn.
Awesome.
Moved to LA, worked at Hooters in LA.
Which one?
I worked at Hooters longer than I've been married.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I have to say, I worked at Hooters for 5 years too. I think so. We really bonded, and we just clicked immediately. And then the more we would hang out, we're like, "You worked at Hooters too for a while?" No, but it's like the training is insane.
It's insane.
It can't get better than that.
It's like
nowadays no one's going to Hooters and whatever. It's not cool. back in the day, there was nothing going on. That was what was fucking cool.
Yeah, Hooters was, if you were a Hooter
So,
girl, you
yeah.
were the shit. I was in the calendar. People are like, she is in the Hooters.
Oh my God, you have that calendar picture?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, sweet.
I have the calendar.
Lorraine, were you in a calendar too?
I tried to be in the calendar. I submitted. I didn't get into the calendar.
What?
But I have the pictures that I submitted, and those are fucking hysterical.
Oh,
Let's see. Was it when you?
They're
Do you have them somewhere?
I don't know.
Can I pull them
why.
up?
Oh my God.
No, they're not online.
Oh,
Are
dang.
you kidding me?
They need to be.
Maybe I'll do like a throwback.
Pre-posting days.
But I did a photo shoot in Kmart. I
Classy.
wore a trench coat, and I was just crazy. I was out of my mind. I was like, this will be fun. Put my bikini under my trench coat, walked in, had my friend just normal camera, and I was like, okay, when no one's looking, I would take it off and I'd be like, of course I didn't get, it was because of the Kmart. That's why I didn't get it. Oh, yeah.
It's amazing.
And I took some roller skating and like, I don't know where I was at.
Yeah, I
but-
think they like you just to be like sitting on a table at Hooters in a bikini. You know what's weird is when I submitted our Hooters in Metairie, Louisiana, they opened Hooters at like 8 in the morning, hired a photographer for all their girls to like pay like $75 to get photos like in Hooters. It's so weird. So I'm like sitting on the bar in a bikini, like with my hair. I was like so cheesy looking.
It's so cheesy. And also, even now, I feel like when people are like, can we take a picture? Or you're just taking a normal picture with friends. I'm like, so posy. And it's just, I can't
Totally.
stop.
You can't get away from the Hooters
I will
training.
never let that go. Like, I
Wow.
want to, but I can't.
I think, I look so hot homeless half the time. It's gone. It's gone over here. I'm just, remember when the silicone pads that you put in your bra came out? And like at Hooters, I had like 2 of those babies.
Oh, I did too.
I pushed my boobs up to the bottom of my chin. One day, I will tell you guys, this is so embarrassing. The Hooters tank, so we put those silicone pads, pushed our boobs up to our chin, right? Literally, I'm pulling and I would tug on my boobs to get them as high as possible. And the shirts was so low cut. I walk out on the floor and what do you know? One of my nipples is hanging full on.
Oh my gosh.
I'm walking around.
And also, no one told you, right? No one told you.
Literally, I walked to the kitchen, walked everywhere. I don't even know if people were looking to notice. And somebody's like, your nipple's out. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm all over the floor with my nipple hanging out.
Oh my gosh.
That is hilarious.
Well, also back in the day, that's when it was in style to have like double D boobs. Like
Yeah.
everyone
No
had
ass,
the
all
hugest
tits.
boobs in the world.
Yes.
So we were padding up. I had a story, and they would line you up before the shift, and you would have to show your nails and make sure your uniform, you have no like runs in your nylons. There was one thing. So you put like your little name tag on, and I had back in the day, the water bra. So it was
yeah.
Oh, I
water.
remember that.
So and it was a huge water one, and I poked my bra, and it went, and it was soaking wet. They had to send me home.
Wow.
They couldn't just give you another shirt.
That's ridiculous.
So you lost all that money?
I lost the shift. I fucking lost the shift.
Oh
Wow.
my God.
Yeah. Oh, actually, this is interesting. I didn't know. I just saw Quincy kill at we did a bar show, and she just fucking no one killed, and she killed. People were
Well, no one was
filming.
listening, so I had to
People were
break out the big
filming.
shits. No one was listening, so I had to break out the dirty stuff.
But she did a set about being a
Dancing.
stripper. Yeah.
Working as a stripper.
That's amazing. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, wow. Where do I start?
Like how did you start doing it? And when
Well, at the time, I was personal training at that time in New York, and I wasn't making a lot of money, so it sucked. And I got this audition for a bodybuilder stripper in a play, right? Fuck yeah. So So I went in there and rocked it. Okay. And then I'll never forget it was a director writer who'd also worked in a strip club prior. She wrote it on her experience. She was like, Quincy, we'd love to book you for the role of Sunset, the stripper, but just so you could do it like a little bit more authentic. She's like, would you be willing to work at a strip club like, I don't know, 6 weeks? I was like, yes, because I was like, my first thought was like, I'm sick of being broke. Let me fucking do this, right? So I'm like, yeah, no problem. I'm an artist. Me, strip club, 6 weeks. 2 years later.
Nice.
Like I say in the thing, as I'm bouncing my naked butt cheeks against some old man's forehead, I'm thinking it is so nice to have a regular acting gig that actually pays.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah, it was good.
And this was
good
in New
money.
York.
Yeah, it was good money. So I only worked 2 or 3 nights a week, and I was able to do plays and do all kind of stuff and pay all my bills and always have
That's
money in the
wonderful.
bank. Yeah, it's for.
And how did the play go? The play,
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
It was a really good experience.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I think I
Very
told you
cool.
I'm working on a pilot right now about that time as well.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
yeah.
And you did a one-woman show, which
Well, I do a
sing.
musical. I do a musical comedy review. I know. Betsy and I have been talking about it. I think at some point I could make it a one-woman thing, but I love having the band and the backup singers, and I've hired dancers. You know what I mean?
that is fun.
Lift me up and do fun stuff. Yeah. So, plus I like having guests and I like changing clothes. Like that's my shit. Like come out in a new outfit depending on the.
I love that.
Genre.
Your show is just, man, it's incredible. It's
Thank you for coming too.
Her voice, like you're so talented.
Thank you.
Crazy that you like play the guitar,
Well,
you sing. How many languages do you speak?
I speak German and Japanese. But I'm studying Spanish now.
Yeah.
So I'm really trying to get going on that.
It's incredible. And the show is like all this, like the Japanese stuff you add in it.
Yeah.
Then the like that deep, like soulful voice you have. Like I told her, I was like, yeah, you don't really need the backup singer. Like you're good. You're all right.
It's great to have them. I mean,
Yeah, it
I
makes
know.
it fun. It's so fun. You just don't need it. You just have this like killer voice yourself.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
What I like about doing the comedy music is I do all these different genres. So when I pick up the guitars, I do a country song, but I have a trance song, I have a jazz song, I have blues. I have all different genres. I did opera in the show.
When she sings this one, I still have this song in the back of my head, maybe because I can relate.
Yeah, go ahead, tell her what it is.
The back wall.
With the whole.
When he hits your back,
he hit the back wall.
Oh,
You hit the
nice.
back wall.
Because you can relate. Is that what you said?
Every girl can.
Nice.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think every woman can.
I don't think I get it.
Okay.
okay?
Nolan doesn't get it,
Can you-
guys.
can
Can
you-
you please
Yeah,
explain?
Sing the song.
Yeah, sing the song. Please just.
Is it vagina?
No.
Like your
well,
vagina wall?
well,
Would you say back wall?
yeah, that is. What
Oh, hole.
no, back wall. It's back wall.
Wall.
So like, okay.
Okay,
so,
I'm confused.
Now you don't know.
So I had it wrong, guys.
So when a man's thing is going
Nolan
like this
did.
Yeah.
and it goes like this and it hits the
Oh.
back wall, I have a theory that it just makes a woman it can make a woman very stupid. Like in my situation, I was
yes,
like, oh,
yes,
here's
yes.
my keys, here's my credit cards. Just completely like
Oh.
got sucked into
okay.
this incredible.
Oh.
You're in a
it's
trance.
It's
You're
that
oxytocin.
D. That good D.
Yeah, that's
This is
bingo.
crazy, and I shouldn't say this because it could be politically incorrect. But I did have some guy told me that he's like, you need to have sex with a black guy because if you want your hips to get bigger, he said that
is like
he told me that he's like, you just need to get hit the right way. Once it happens, your hips expand. And I was like, I know. He told me that. And I was actually like, ooh.
It's like you're
okay.
spring loaded. You just need it to snap.
Yeah, I don't know.
pretty much.
But
yeah.
I've asked people and they're like, yep. Every girl is like, yep, it's true.
Oh,
And
is
I'm
it
like,
true?
People say it. I don't know. I haven't Googled it.
Wow.
Why wouldn't every girl says that?
No, but
That's
I've
true?
asked people. I've said it to people and they're like, yeah. Did you?
We had this conversation
Okay,
before,
okay.
and I totally
She doesn't believe it. I don't remember.
look
what
how
you said.
tiny my hips are.
What is
Okay,
that?
okay. Now, if you get hit the right way, you're gonna see stars. Okay, I don't know about your hips getting bigger, but you're gonna feel like you're flying through the sky.
Okay, damn.
But I have heard that theory.
Damn.
though.
So, okay, yeah. Okay,
I've heard
cool.
it.
Man.
But I do know if you have a baby, your hips get bigger.
Yeah, that's for sure,
no,
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, because my mom, I think she said she was like very slender, and I'm like very like
Narrow.
I'm narrow, but she said she's like when she had a baby, her hips she's very
Yeah.
like curvy.
Yeah,
Babies for sure.
I don't know.
I would.
Yeah.
I mean, my hips have grown though in the past few years. They matured late.
Like
It
open. Like
yeah, they've gotten wider in the
Oh.
past couple of years. Yeah. I didn't get thighs till I was like,
Is this a
what,
goal?
31?
Is this something we should want? We want wider hips?
No, I'm actually just fine. Believe me, before I was like, I really want a big butt. Like, that was a thing. And then I got a big butt. And I was like, fuck, I have a big butt. But I think that's just my own issues. And I just have to say, because last night, Betsy and I, we did a show. And then we did late night food. We went to Astor Burger and we got food, burgers and onion rings, whatever. It was the hugest burger ever. And this morning, I was like, Betsy, I couldn't sleep last night. That was too much food. I can't believe we did that. And she was like, there was no other way, Lorraine. She was like, we were so hungry. There was no other way. I was like, yes, there was another way. We could have just not eaten and woke up skinny, okay? There was another way. For the podcast, Betsy.
It's so true. They have at Astor Burger. I feel so bad, and even talking about it now, you're making me want to go get. They have this. I love the old time Boca Burger. Have you had one?
No, but it's an impossible burger, right? Because you couldn't eat it.
No, it's a Boca. It's like a veggie burger, but it is so good.
It's very good.
Yeah,
and their onion rings everything there is delicious. Yeah. I live very close to it.
Yeah, Lorraine almost got kidnapped walking home from it one night, and I was like freaking out.
Can we talk about that?
It's your podcast.
Okay.
That was the craziest night.
Okay, so we were at a Christmas party, and then we did an after party. So it was like 3 a.m., and I took the Uber to Astro Burger because I was like, I'm hungry. I need to eat a burger. So I get there, and I had just won, what did I win? That one Alexa? A huge Alexa box. I'm holding it. I'm also wearing the most obnoxious silver metallic mini dress. And it's Los Angeles, so it's hot. With like shiny black hooker shoes. Boots, black. It was crazy. So I'm walking, I leave, I'm eating my french fries. I'm still talking to Betsy on the phone. We're just talking, and this car pulls up. And at this point, there's no lights on Santa Monica Boulevard on that block. And I live maybe, 3-4 blocks, whatever, from there. And this car pulls up, shines its lights on me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're going to like hit on me or something. I don't know. And I just go back a little bit. I back up to a man who is literally like on me. Like, he's 6'5", huge. And I'm like, boom, run into him. And I'm like, wait, I don't know if they're together. I have no clue. And all I could think of is just run. So I ran across the street, and I'm like, okay, I think I was being dramatic. Maybe he wasn't trying to do anything, but I just bumped into him. I don't, but there's also no one around. And so I start walking, and then he starts walking, and then all of a sudden I'm sprinting, and he's sprinting trying to catch me. Yeah. And
I'm on the phone with her the whole time.
Oh, shit.
Having a breakdown, trying to figure out how I'm calling 911. I'm like, where are you?
Oh, that's freaky.
Yeah, I know. I never got off the phone. So I get back in, and I didn't know what to do. And the fucking people in Asperger think I'm crazy. So I was like, I'm not even going to talk to them. I'm just going to call an Uber, and I'm going to get an Uber home. So I call an Uber. And I'm waiting for my Uber, and I look outside. He is sitting in the back patio, and he's just, like, making, like, these, like, licking his lips, like, staring at me, like, winking. I was like, oh, fuck. This is kind of scary. Like, what the fuck? So, of course, I still don't call the cops. I proceed to sprint into my Uber, and when I leave, I open the door. He stands up, and I start running to my Uber, and he runs after me to the door of my Uber trying to open it. And I
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have called the cops. I was freaking, I went off on Lorraine. I'm like, what are you? Had no idea she was on the street walking the whole time we're on the phone. Have no idea. She's like, oh my God, someone's following me. I'm like, oh my God, where are you?
That's insane.
Yeah, it was intense. But then ever since then, I realized I was like, sometimes you get too comfortable with your surroundings, and
you can never be comfortable that.
I know, and I don't live in like the safest place, so I live right next to like it's crazy. So it's.
Let's take this conversation back for 1 second. So you said at one point you backed up into him, and then you thought you were overreacting. How did that exactly go again?
I bumped into him, and I just went like this, and he like. I don't know my thought process. I just was like, run. And then I was like, oh my gosh, what if I just bumped into someone that was standing there? But I'm like, why is anyone standing there? It's stupid. It's a horrible way of thinking.
But your first instinct was fuck, run.
Yes.
That's called the
And
gift.
I did.
That is called the gift of fear. So the second instinct was like, oh, maybe I'm overreacting.
sorry.
I shouldn't be running. That's
Did I offend you? That's what I
No.
was doing. And
Your first
I'm working on
instinct
that.
to get the fuck away, to run, was the one to stick with.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe, man, that's so crazy. So was it? I missed the part. Was he like looked like a tweaker homeless guy, or was he just like a regular looking guy?
He did not look like a regular looking guy.
Okay.
He looked like maybe something was wrong with him.
Sketchy street guy.
Yeah.
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 Oh my god.
Creepy.
Yeah, no, it just like I imagine I'm like he was just gonna leave, but then that whole to the end, the commitment that he had, I was like,
I literally.
It's admirable, really, actually.
I was like,
Just
oh my God, I
full-
was gonna
Nothing
call
to lose,
911
nothing to
on
lose.
three-way. I was like, get back to Astro Burger.
Oh my god.
and that honestly is so funny too. So that day, we're not gonna talk all about it, but that day, Betsy always says that was one of the best days of my life.
Why?
Just
Did you save her?
No, because we had just a long day. We had a fun long day. So we
Yeah.
went to a party, went to the after party, and we went to that. I went to that. But I remember she said that after that, I told her the story. She goes, that was the best day of my life. And I was like, Betsy, I almost died that day.
Yeah, but you
Lorraine.
survived.
Lorraine. We had some comedic stuff we cannot talk about that we saw happen,
can't.
and we were like, this was like a train wreck. But it was the
It was a good
funniest.
day.
We still to this day.
Why can't you
will
talk
relive
about it?
It's too.
If it's the
honestly,
funniest,
That's
Because-
a
This
long
is exactly where you
there's
talk
some
about
things you can't talk about.
Some-
And honestly, for me, I think I talk about too much.
Oh.
This is where I draw the line.
It's nothing to do with us. It was to do with someone else. We don't want to put people. We don't.
Use another
we don't
name.
wanna call
Well,
people
don't
out.
name
If
names.
it's about us, then it's cool. But
Yeah.
not
Use,
about.
use
no.
another name or don't
yeah,
use
disguise the name.
No, we
Yeah,
can't.
we can't.
do
It's
that.
a long story.
Yeah.
All right,
Anyway,
to the list.
next.
Okay, so Betsy actually does. She's a rapper. I don't know if a lot of people know that about her. She does a lot of like comedy music videos. If you don't know,
Yeah.
go look her up on YouTube. She does it with her two sisters.
Why don't I know about this? I can't.
Oh, you
believe
don't know about this?
Yeah, are you posting these on your Insta?
Yeah, but I used to do them. I haven't
Not
done
anymore.
one in a while.
I was gonna say I haven't seen
I'm
it
not a
either.
rapper.
Oh.
I'm not.
But the last
Yeah, you
one,
are.
That's even funnier.
the last one that she did was the
were
bird
in it.
parody. I
Oh.
was in it. Yeah.
Can
You
she-
were in both of
Can
them.
you do
The
one?
Yeah, I
drought
was in
and-
both of them.
Can you do one? Can you do one right now?
Can I do the rap parody?
Anything? Any rap?
I mean, I got to think of how the song goes.
Yeah.
You look at it. You were in the drought. I made you the
Yeah.
hot.
That was the bottle service
Yeah,
waitress.
you were so hot, Lorraine. She was like walking through, looking all hot, and then you were in
The
the
bird
bird,
video.
the
The
twerk.
bird video is so fun. We got so much hate because everyone hates the birds.
Live in a house like this.
That's really.
Oh, are you
old.
putting it
That's
up?
not it.
Like
That's
Oh,
a
that's not
different.
it?
No.
No.
Oh, that's wrong. Okay, sorry.
But the bird video, we went to shoot the bird video in Santa Monica. We found out that day there was a bird protest at City Hall in Santa Monica. So we got that footage, which was really cool. But we wanted to make it funny. We're twerking on the bird. And people were very upset. It was very controversial.
It's
Yeah.
controversial.
Twerking on the bird?
We were twerking.
Is
on
No.
the bird.
controversial?
No, yes, it was controversial.
Sounds like a euphemism.
Yeah, what?
People were mad at us. People were like, excuse me, you guys, like, this is not a joke. Like, this is a serious bird issue.
That's
in
great.
business, as Santa Monica has a new
That's the bird.
proposal that would start next month that would
That's the
eliminate
news.
bird from having their
It says Betsy Cox.
Oh, birds.
The
Yeah, the
bird is the
birds.
word.
The
Oh.
scooters.
It's just a parody of that song.
Sing it, girl.
But let's just put it this way. It turned out, Lorraine, like they wanted to kick us out
Oh, yeah, it was
of
bad.
the protest because of the twerking.
They thought that we were hired by Bird, the company.
Yeah.
So
But
it's more funny just to watch it
Yeah, it's
than
more
the
funny
video,
to
the
watch
singing.
it.
Yeah. You guys look it up. You will.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's fun. It's a fun
Bird
video.
scooter parody. Love to ride ya.
we do love to ride a bird.
ride
That's the
ya.
thing, Lorraine. Don't we love
yeah, we
riding
do.
birds?
We ride our birds to like mics to work out material and
I'm
stuff.
gonna
That's
go
fun.
through these videos.
Yeah, it's really fun. Lorraine and I sometimes will get on a bird and go to Mike's so we get out of traffic. And we're like, let's just get on a bird.
Let's get
Let's
go get margaritas. Ride this bird to an open mic.
That's great.
All like, and honestly, it's crazy because we'll be wearing like heels and like just on this thing, and like people are like, what? Why? Like a big furry coat, like what? Just no big deal. Casual.
Lorraine, do you remember when I almost died on the bird? I was so upset about the story. I was telling you the story my friend told me, and
She was.
I meant to hit stop, and I jumped off the bird because I thought I hit stop, and I hit go, and it
shit.
dragged me down the street.
Damn. Yeah, no, I
Remember?
do.
And you were like, Lorraine was like this.
I didn't know what to do. I was like, damn.
I was like, I almost died. You were like, I know.
Yeah. But it's fun. She's fast. She does not give a shit.
No.
Go girl.
Okay, I also do. I don't know. Let's do some like questions. Let's see. Let's see. I don't know. Let me see if I can do something crazy. My notes, I can't even read it. I'm pretending I'm reading. I'm like, what? I can't read
What did I
this.
write here?
So in dating, when you were dating, how would you act when you liked a guy? Which is funny because I see you with your husband, and you definitely are different. It's like
am I?
Yeah, I feel like you have your like it's cute. You could tell like you're just like you're
the girly
smitten.
girl.
You're smitten.
I am?
Yeah.
With my husband?
Yes.
How long have y'all
But
been
it's hard
together?
because you don't see her like that. You don't. She doesn't give a shit about anyone,
more than
like
10
guys.
years.
You know.
That's sweet. That's
Yeah.
how Betsy is with me.
It's hard.
Yeah.
I mean, not that Betsy. My Betsy.
Yeah. Oh, I was like, wait, what? Damn.
I tell
Drama.
people, it's hard to be
I
married.
just get confused.
You worry about the other person so much. You know, and I'm always like, I'm a catering type of person. I'm a giver. I'm a lover. So I'm always like, oh, honey, do you need this? Are you okay? Are you all right? Right? Am I like a babyer?
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you definitely want to help everyone, and
I'm the woman in my relationship.
Right.
Whereas in
that's-
everything else, I'm like the tough bitch.
yeah,
You know?
that's nice.
Yeah. I'm totally.
I haven't met him. He's really masculine. He's like a macho
No.
man. Oh.
I mean,
But
is
he did. He is. He does like mountain biking and he hikes and he's like.
So yeah, he sounds pretty manly.
His Instagram had a picture of him like riding a bike over a cliff, and I was like, Betsy, this is what your husband does, and she's like, yes. I'm like, like she doesn't even. She's like, no,
wait,
big deal.
riding a bike.
No, but he's
over
not
a
like.
cliff?
I think of when I'm thinking masculine, he's not like, babes to trust.
I didn't say
you know,
like
I mean,
a-
I don't
No.
know.
I didn't
like,
say
he's
a
not-
meathead. I
Yeah,
said like is
yeah.
he masculine?
It's not a meathead. Yeah, I mean, he's like a bro. Like he's like a dirty mountain biker, like covered in mud all the time. Like I don't, you know, like a dirty guy.
Yeah.
But he, you know,
I want to hear about the cliff though. He rides his bike off cliffs.
Quincy, I've had to pick him up from riding his bike, and he's like, oh, it was a windy day, and when I did this crazy jump, the wind blew my bike to the side, and I landed flat on my shoulder, so I think my clavicle's broken.
Oh.
Is there any way you can come get me? I'm like, what? And I'm bouncing his call because I'm in the dog park with all 5 of the dogs having a conversation. I'm like, oh, my husband's so aggravating. I'm like, anyway.
Those are their
Damn.
babies, by the way, right?
Yeah.
The dogs.
But yeah, they came with me to get Steve. Yeah, he had to go get, he had to have surgery and all kind of stuff. So crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. 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 I mean, what was I like dating when I liked someone?
Or like when you liked him, or what did you? Is there something that you did? Do you ever get nervous, or did you just like? I can't imagine you like on a day.
with a guy.
Well, yeah, like with Steve. How was that? Like when you liked him, how did you know? Were you like embarrassed about anything?
No,
Say
I wasn't
anything?
embarrassed. We just had a lot of chemistry. So
So you just were like making out a lot.
I was just like, who needs dinner tonight?
Damn. That's
I know, it's pretty awesome. So, but you know, I don't know. You know, when I was dating, I was probably kind of sassy and like, you know, dumb. But I mean, it's hard to describe when I was dating. I was wild. I didn't really date a lot. You know, like the longest relationship I had was 6 months,
Damn.
and most
That's
of them like
crazy.
3. I
How
was
long
like,
have you
I'm
been married?
bored. Like 11 years.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I was always like, I'm bored. Like, ugh, I don't like him anymore. Like, ugh, I don't want to make out with him anymore. And then when I met Steve, I was like, after 3 months, probably going to marry this guy.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, when you're a girl, when you know, you're always like, oh, maybe I'll marry him, you know. But I did date a lot, and I was probably an idiot when I was dating. Like, I would like someone, and then they would, like, ghost me. And then I would be like, oh, F them. And then I would be like a B word and never talk to them again.
And how would you ghost back then?
Wait, how do
when
you-
there was no like I mean, we had cell phones, but it was
yeah.
different. Where now ghosting is so normal. But back then I don't remember. I mean, I didn't date for like 10 years.
How did you get ghosted? Give us some specifics.
Okay, so you never dated someone, went out with them a bunch of times, hooked up with them, and then they never called you again or returned your call?
Well, this is the thing. I have only been single for maybe the last 5 years. But ever since then, from like 16, from my first boyfriend to like
What was your first boyfriend? How old were you?
like 16, 17. So
Oh,
I
that's-
just
yeah.
never dated.
You
I
had
never
long
dated.
relationships. Yeah.
So my stuff is so recent, but recently now now it's normal. Like I realized I was on someone else's podcast and I realized that I do the ghosting a lot of the times too. And I have to live with that. And I did not, and I was thinking I was being polite because I was like, well, I think it's easier to just like make sure maybe someone gets the hint versus having to be like, hey, I just don't want to date you anymore. So that was kind of an approach that I was doing, and I just be a little distant, and then have them kind of be like, I don't know. But that's still not cool. So I won't do that.
I feel like it's easier to be like this, and this is how I always was. Like I'm really focused on my career.
Oh, I do that all the time.
Be friends.
That's a good one. That's like the number one.
That's the number
But
one.
also, when you're so busy, anyways, it makes sense. Anyways,
Yeah.
You're like, I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to be very specific. I need to see my parents once in a while. I need to see Larry.
Oh, that's so funny.
Right? I know when I like someone, and this is because I love to eat, and I love to eat food.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't care. Like, I always be like, I can eat fast, and I'm disgusting, okay? But when I like a guy, I can't eat food when I'm with him. Like, he'll be like, I'll be starving, and then I'll go to dinner, and I'd be like, no, I'm okay. I don't know. I'm just not really that hungry. I think I'm just so excited until I start, like, getting comfortable, and then I, start eating more. But
Yeah.
that's
See,
when I really know.
I can eat in front of people. The thing is, I start talking and I forget to eat. But like now, I'm like, I gotta eat.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But also, Betsy is always like, I ate so much. I can't believe it. And I was like, I was with you, and you didn't eat that much. You barely ate. I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, I don't buy that bag of bullshit about you ate so much either.
Except last night, she ate so much. Okay.
Oh, she did?
Oh,
Why? Where were you last night? What happened?
We went to Asperger.
Oh, that was Astro.
That was
last.
Asperger.
Yeah.
But we ate the burger's like a 5-pound
How
burger.
often do y'all eat at Astro Burger?
I'll just say this. Since I started doing stand-up, I have gained a lot of weight. But it's hard because you eat late. Your whole
right.
night, when it starts again late at night and you're starting back up and you're
Yeah.
out, it's another fucking day.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, you have to eat.
Yeah. It's like another day. We ate at what,
Yeah.
1 a.m? 12:30. We
Something
we
like
left
that.
at 12:30.
And then we went straight to bed. It was like,
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like,
doing like a full burger.
you know how it is.
No, I don't do
Quincy,
that.
what do you do when you she's
I
like,
don't,
do
I don't
that.
eat at 1 in the morning. I go to bed starved if I have to. I'm like,
Oh,
fuck
damn.
that. I can't, y'all. I can't sleep good if I drink and eat too late.
Yeah.
I can't sleep.
That's
Sorry,
that's why I haven't slept in weeks.
Yeah.
To be
if
honest
I'm
with you.
eating late?
Late?
No, just
Yeah.
because I think I'm stressed and I don't know. I can't sleep. I'm
You
also
get so busy.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
all the adrenaline, especially too when you perform. You're just like
Yeah.
pumped and you're like,
Well-
I can't stop.
So you probably perform on an empty stomach then in the evenings, right?
I
in
guess a lot of
general?
times do because I'm like running around and then I had a bar right before I performed last night and I was fine, but afterwards, and also I'm drinking. I'm out, I get, I'll have a drink
Yeah.
and then I'm like, oh, now I'm so hungry.
Yeah.
I ate Chipotle for lunch, and I was so full. And then I had
crazy.
Coke, and I was like, now I'm hungry.
Yeah. It's as simple as that, guys.
It's as
It's
simple
simple
as
as
that.
that.
I
Time
don't
goes,
know.
you want to eat.
Yeah.
A girl wants to fucking eat.
Yeah,
girl wants to.
definitely.
Okay? That's why we got the hips. That's why our hips are getting bigger.
I'm trying to get an ass a little bit more, but it's a bitch as you get older trying to keep it up.
Oh, yeah.
Aren't you doing your squats?
Yeah, I am.
You're good.
Also, what is it? Because I do want to touch on, like, self-love and what you do. Like, what do you, because our lives are crazy. Everything's chaotic. What do you do to make you feel good? Like, what do you do for yourself? What's your, do you guys have that? Like, I know for me, I have to work out. Like, I spend way too much. That's where I spend all my money because I need to get that out. I want to, like, burn my body out and not think about anything. Like, when I'm working on my body, I'm not consumed with all my thoughts,
Yeah, no, that's what's
So-
great about working out, actually, yeah. It's just between you and the bar or whatever you're
So
doing.
I have to. Like,
so what
no
do you
matter
do
what.
for a workout then?
I do Carrie's Pilates Plus, which it's one of my favorites. It's super hard. It's like a
Is it on the
Pilates
machine?
reformer machine,
Good.
which is amazing. It's like builds my core. I also love to do Sweat Garage. It's one of my favorites. I love the
What's
running. It's like running and then half like weightlifting.
Great.
So that's always fun. I like to do Training Mate. Training Mate's like this one where it's all these really hot Australian guys who are
Training mate? That's a training mate.
Yes, they are.
They like train you?
They train you.
Arr.
Okay, this is another embarrassing thing that should I even say this?
I love
This is
it.
terrible.
Are you kidding? Please.
So first of all, I'm from I grew up in the suburbs of Los Angeles, but I'm from here and I've been doing acting. I've been around a bunch of people. Everyone's an actor, model. Everyone's fucking hot in this town. Okay, I don't fall for that shit. Sorry. And also, I don't date a lot. I don't like to date like super hot. I will not date models and that kind of stuff. It's not my type. But one of the trainers is very good looking. Okay.
So what does he look like? Compare him to somebody we might know.
I mean,
trying to
he's
think.
like blonde, tall, like.
Yeah, what type?
I don't.
Come on, a mix between a what? Like a Brad Pitt meets a what
No, because
type?
I don't.
Like,
Because I don't have a crush on anyone like that.
He's like a
What's he look
Tosh
like?
O.
no, he's not like a Tosh
but
O.
like, what is he
Okay, I'm
like?
getting
You
another-
sent me a picture.
I did.
He's hot.
All right, let's see this.
Oh no, I'm not. Hold
All right, so what's
I'm
up?
gonna
What's
go
up?
with it.
Did you make a move on him?
No, but like, so I did. I came to class one time, and he's like, "Oh, Lorraine," and like gave me a lot of attention. And at one point, he gave me a kiss on the cheek and a long hug, and he was like,
shit.
"Great job today, sexy."
Ooh.
And I was like, no, and this is like, that's just the way it works, okay?
Yeah.
That's how normal workouts are in LA. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
That's normal.
Oh yeah.
So people are like, that's not normal. Yes, it is normal, okay? And that happened to me, and normally I know what's up. I'm like, it's a part of it. It's fine. But I was like, for a good week, I was like, dude, I'm gonna DM him. I'm gonna fuck this guy. I'm gonna DM him.
She's gonna.
Yeah, I was like, before I had the conversation, I was like, I don't know if I want to have kids. I was like, I'm gonna have his fucking babies. Yeah. I was like feeling it. The next week I go in and I was like, saw him doing the same thing as like everyone else, and I was like, I fucking fell for that for a whole week. I was, you were my baby.
So what's
No,
going
and that's the
on?
funny part. I sent pictures to Betsy, like a bunch of pictures.
Is he hot, Beth? He's
Betsy,
hot.
he was hot.
Is he short? Is he tall?
No, he's tall.
No, he's tall. He's a
Beautiful.
tall, good-looking
I like
guy.
short guys too.
I like short guys too.
What was it? We couldn't tell if he was into girls
Or men. I don't know. So
we
that's
don't
another
know.
problem. You never
Yeah.
know.
You couldn't
Oh.
tell by his
You can tell.
Instagram, and she couldn't tell by.
So that's a whole week of me being like, is he into girls? I don't know.
And then, but wait, okay. So did you wear makeup to the next class?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
I
you did
I
not.
went to the next class, full hair and makeup.
Insane.
I wait. Let me tell you, this is embarrassing. I dieted for 1 week because I wanted to look really fucking good. I don't even diet for anything, okay? I ate a burger last night knowing I was going to be doing this podcast on fucking camera.
Yeah. I mean, with that being said, it was a veggie burger. It's not like it's that.
No, but it was still like
Yeah, it's still- it's
holding
still
it in my
calories,
hand. It was
yeah.
5 pounds.
Yeah, it's kind of yeah.
But yeah, no,
Anyhow,
it's fine.
what's going on with this guy now? What,
Oh,
what
that's it. It's the end. It's
That's
done.
it?
The
That's
next
it.
week, she was over it.
You're over it now?
That's how I am. I've dated so much. I'm excited. I don't like a lot of people. I like them really quickly, and then I'm done.
I was like that all through my 20s. I was like, oh my God, he's so hot. Then I'm like, oh.
Okay, cool. Next.
Yeah.
That's the sad part, but that is dating in Los Angeles. And I do feel like with dating apps, and that's where I have to realize, like, we can complain and be like, dating sucks, but then you're like, oh, but I'm a part of the problem. That's the thing.
And how are you a part of the problem?
Sorry. No, because because I said, like, I didn't even realize that I was ghosting people, and I didn't realize that. But I actually, the last couple people that I dated, I completely officially ended it. I was very nice, and I talked about it. But I was trying to ghost them, but they weren't getting the hint. So I learned, I'm like, I just have to be, I don't want to waste people's time. Don't waste me. Don't waste my time. I don't want to waste your time. I want to be honest. Be honest with me.
Okay, yeah.
And, and now if I am giving you my time, then I do like you. So I just want to let anyone know listening, if you're not supposed to be listening to this, if I'm hanging out with you, I like you.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
Awkward. Okay.
I love that.
No,
Is
that's
it?
not awkward. So awkward. Okay.
More questions.
All right, more questions, guys. I didn't really put that many words. Oh gosh. Betsy and I, that one time, I want to talk about this story at the Improv, where we were talking to someone. And we needed a secret code word because I thought you wanted to talk to this person, and then you thought I wanted to. This is the first time that Betsy
Is this
and I,
the same person?
She was so pissed at me. I was so pissed at
this
her.
is the first time that we have ever been mad at each other. I don't think we had ever been mad in any way. This was the first time.
This was the most brutal thing. That is literally, Lorraine's like, can I get another glass of wine? I'm like, this bitch ordered another glass of wine.
Were you trying to get away from this person?
Yeah, I was
No,
totally
we
trapped.
were talking. So we were talking to this guy, but then Betsy is like
guy, I know,
super
it's a guy.
nice.
Trying to be nice, but I was like, let's
Super nice.
It's the guy I know. It's
No,
the guy I'm thinking.
No.
Okay,
You
okay.
never. We
Nobody
don't know.
knows
We
him.
don't even know
Thank
who
God.
he is. We don't know him. It was a random dude.
Okay, so
but
you were trying to get away from him, and she's.
But she was just basically like talking, and I was thinking, oh, Betsy just won't stop talking to this guy. I was like, whatever. So I was like, another glass of wine, please. Like, and
she was mad.
And I was mad
she's
at
like,
her. Like, I'm gonna have to sit here. I can't believe this is happening. And then I went, and then I got a drink, and then I don't know what happened. If you went to the bathroom, she's like, you got another drink. I was like, yeah, Betsy, because you're having a conversation. I was like, and I was like, should we get out of here? And she was like, well, I'm here because of you.
Yeah.
Because I thought you wanted to be here, and I was like, I don't want to be here. So we have a code word.
Yeah, what's the code word?
What was the code word? I can't even
We don't
remember.
remember. I know.
You need a new code word.
We need a new code
Yeah,
word.
we're not gonna talk
Yeah.
about it online right now.
So
Yeah.
you were just being polite to this person in your own southern way.
But we were
I
there
was
for
trying
hours.
to be nice, but it was like hours. And I was like,
How did it go on that long?
like an hour, probably an hour. I was like, how? I was like, so anyway,
See,
okay,
I've
I'm
been in
gonna
a
get the-
position like that with her, and it happens at the Improv, and I go, excuse me, I got to talk to my girlfriend now. I'm so sorry. And I bring her over. I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't have to get a lot of time with her. And when she starts talking to somebody, I'm just like, no. I need some time with her. So sorry. And like, remember I did that the other day.
Yeah, but when we're at the Improv, we're usually talking to people, and it's
I don't give
going
a fuck.
down.
I was like,
we're having fun. I mean,
you know what I'm talking about that.
That's what we. Yeah.
You don't remember what I'm talking about?
I don't know, but we do go to the Improv and we have fun and we talk to everyone. So that's why the thing is like it's normal.
Yeah.
It's normal for us to just go and do our own thing and talk to different people, and that's cool. But in that situation, we just both thought the other one wanted to stay, and she was mad that I was ordering drinks and still hanging out. But then I was mad that she was like talking. It was just ridiculous.
Code word is a necessity for sure.
Okay, so let's have one. But I mean, the thing is, we'll come up with it after this.
Yeah. You can't share it on the show. Yeah.
No, but it's never happened again. And that was how long have we been friends? Like what?
10 years.
Yeah, and when has that ever
Wow.
happened?
That was once.
Once in a million. That's the only
That was the
time
one time.
Yeah.
But that was like the one fight.
Second time. Remember we went to that Stella Bar place in Santa Monica, and that guy was like, marriage is so stupid.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
why do you need a piece of paper to confirm it? And I was like, and me had 3 glasses of wine. I'm like, bitch, I like a fucking man to be like, bitch, I'm locking this shit down. Like, I was going off on this guy.
And
Remember?
what did he say?
We left. I was like, I like a man with a dick and balls to be like, I'm locking it down. I own
Yeah, it
this.
was
Like,
good.
that's what I like.
Yeah.
Like,
100%.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Like,
What
I
did
want a
this guy-
man to
read
be
me
a
about
man.
what did this guy look like who was saying?
Do you remember? Like,
Yeah, just a Santa
trust
Monica
me,
guy, like just a white dude, regular, generic.
Lorraine.
Oh.
No, I was thinking, dude, you could be so lucky.
Sorry.
He did not look
Hashtag
like.
sorry, not sorry.
Hashtag
No, he just.
not sorry. He was so rude and ruthless. I was like,
No, he
dude,
was mean.
Yeah.
He was just trying to be a dick, and we were like, okay, cool. For no reason, like we weren't even trying to talk to him.
Yeah.
We were just minding our own business and having a conversation. He chimed in, and then
Trying to eat our pizza. It's
That's-
like, you don't have
that's-
$10.
Okay.
Like, I can't.
that is one of my biggest things that I hate is if I do not know you and we have never met till this day and you're just sitting next to me at a bar that I just met, do not ask to eat my food. Do not ask for a piece of my pizza. That is just rude. And I know guys do it because they think it's cute.
I don't know anybody
Stop
who does
doing
that. Yeah, I
it.
dare
Stop
a bitch
doing
to do that
it.
to me. I did not have that happen. That does not happen to me.
It happens to me all the time.
Yeah, I would
all
have
the
him,
fucking
I would
time.
have him escorted out of the bar.
Wow.
That's outrageous.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's not cute.
that's outrageous.
It's like-
that is damn outrageous.
Do you need? I'll give you $10. Order
Yeah,
a pizza.
Should we do
and
that?
it's on my husband that locked me down.
He just thinks he can do that to you. For some reason, he reads on you that it's going to be okay, and it's fucking not.
No, this is getting deep now.
That's not.
Yeah.
People think they could eat my food.
The answer
Yeah.
is no, bitch.
Yeah.
Well, I
Lorraine,
said no. I'm crazy. Betsy.
Crazy always wins.
Betsy always. Okay, this is
I
the thing.
give everything
I am
away.
so. Oh yeah, Betsy's like yes, please. I'm like Betsy, no, I'm hungry. This is our food. I know. I've said no many times, and I've been very upset about it. But like usually, I'm like super quiet and like polite. But I think Betsy's the only person that really sees me go nuts. Can you? Is there anything that you can say that's not too crazy? Like,
Okay.
if I go fucking. Shit.
One night after the
Wait.
improv.
No. All right.
I love that start.
If I don't want you to continue, I'm gonna just press here.
No, it's just like 1 a.m.
Lorraine decides she's aggravated with someone we know, and she's like, I'm sick of this shit. This person's not taking this shit serious. This is a business.
I did.
Meanwhile, every night we talk to each other the whole way home. I'm like, Lorraine, I'm in the house safe. I'm always scared I'm gonna get kidnapped. It was so she was going off, and then she calls me this morning. She's like, damn, I was drunk. I was going off on them.
What was
Yeah.
the
It
deal?
was somebody
What were
that
they-
kind of screwed a thing we did over. It was a long story, but it
Or
was
they blew you off or something for something?
No.
Was
It
No,
was just
it-
like-
no. It was just like a business thing, and then it just wasn't like
yeah.
just people not taking serious.
Yeah.
When you're working on something that you
Yeah.
like, you
Yeah.
know, you want to do, and you're like, don't fucking waste my time.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Yeah, totally.
And
so
it was
I went a little crazy.
It was
Good for
so
you.
funny.
Crazy always wins, girl.
Yeah.
Crazy
Yeah.
always wins.
Well, it's hard when it's like you're like really focused. You're like your eyes on the ball, and then you have people that are like, "Oh, I want to do this," and you're like, "Okay, cool," and then they're like, meh, like flaky.
Yeah, can't have it.
No, you can't. You just can't.
Yeah, definitely.
But it was hilarious.
But I don't think I swear I do not get crazy like that. I think it's like also becoming nightly. I'm like, Betsy. I'm like, who am I?
I love it.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man.
Like,
Speak
when
your-
I-
so you gotta speak your truth.
Because you know,
can't-
when you grow up, like I know the way that I grew up, it's like you don't talk about your feelings, be ladylike, and don't be mad, don't talk about people, that's bad, don't do this, don't do that. Like any kind of emotion that's negative is not good. But I'm like, you have to express it and you have to speak your voice.
100%,
You know? And
100%.
a little too late for me, but I'm doing that now.
You're doing that.
Yeah, I'm
It's
doing it
not
now.
late.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
No, but I did go a long time being like way too nice, letting people walk all over me, you know.
That's great material to draw from, though.
For sure.
You know,
No.
so many women identify with that. Maybe not me, but a lot of women would probably.
No, and that's why I do feel
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I get it. A lot of people feel that pressure to be super girly and stuff. And you just get.
and I
walked-
am just
walked all over
and
it.
naturally that's who I am. I as much as I
Yeah.
would like to be like not. This is just who I am.
But it's all nurture. That's not your nature.
Well, no,
That's how you were brought up.
Yeah, but me just normally being a girly person and like wanting to dress up and that's just what I love.
Yeah, and that's great. That's great. I love that too. I would have done that if I'd known that we were on camera. But yeah, I love that too. But I'm saying, all I was saying is that it's nurture and that you are brought up a certain way to be like, take shit from men. And sometimes you just kind of have to train yourself out of that.
The thing is, it's so weird because I don't necessarily think that that's how I was.
No, it's not intentional.
No, but also my mom is not that. She's very dainty and soft and that, but she is probably one of the craziest people I know.
Awesome.
And she is definitely I think she like kind of runs her house and she's like a badass woman. She's not.
Awesome.
She's the one that's like complaining at us. Like she's so not that person.
Then
so I'm not that. I don't know. So it's just me. It's like I've had ideas in my head. Like I didn't know what sex was or no one told me about sex. So I always made up my own ideas. My first boyfriend, I was with him for 7 years. Why? Because no one talked to me about sex or relationships. And in my own head, I thought if I had sex with him, now I have to marry him. So I was like, I have to be with him. Did I want to? No, I did not want to be with him. I wasn't attracted. I wasn't in it. But for some reason, no one talked to me. And it's not anyone else's fault. But that's sometimes what you do is you make up stories in your head. And that's what I did. You know? And now I just say everything. So I'm like, is this weird?
Yeah.
Is this crazy? Tell me. Someone give me a sign. That's now me.
So crazy. I'm so
That's
opposite.
good. Speaking your truth.
Yeah.
It's
That's
like-
great. I'm happy. I'm doing great.
Yeah. My mom
Yeah.
told me way too much. Like, way too much. In first grade, I heard the word sex. She's like, it's when a man sticks a penis in a woman's vagina and don't tell your fucking friends. And I'm like, oh, gross.
Wow.
But it's so it's just so many. I don't know what the right way is, but it's interesting. My mom won't stop talking about everything. You know? It's like weird. But it's interesting. I had a friend whose mom never talked to her about when she started her period, what to do.
Carrie.
She had to go steal tampons.
No.
Yeah.
Did she had to hide it that she was doing it, or?
Well, no, she was just like, I don't know, like I need this. Like it's just everybody's parents are different. Like
Also,
what were you
last
like?
week we talked about how to insert a tampon, which I had to describe to
That was last week on your show?
Nolan and Derek. Yeah,
What?
Nolan was
Why?
way better at describing.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
So funny. Like I mean, I'm so close to my mom, but it's like it's too close for comfort. Like you can't be that close to your parents, but I am.
Yeah, I think it's nice to maintain a little bit of distance
Yeah.
from parents. They're not your friends, right? Sounds like your mom was kind of close. Like you guys were
My
friends.
mom was, she was like our best friend. She's
I mean,
fun.
I would think it's, especially now, that should be really good for you. Don't you like being...
I'm with,
Are you
she
still-
knows, my mom's upset. I'm with my mom all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're
Yeah.
so close.
That's cool.
So close. I want to kill her half the time, but I'm with her all the time. There you go.
So that's cool, though, that you have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think too now, like now that I'm an adult, now I do have that relationship with my parents where we are very open and we talk about everything. Which now it's just, I think for them you have to understand. Like my parents had me. My mom was like 20, so you know you're really coming from no material. She's just a child herself. So nowadays you're having kids in your 30s.
Yeah.
And you're living life, and so now we're like learning together, which I think is really sweet.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I always say that too. We always talk about that too. Like, it's so weird. Think about when you had a kid in your 20s. My kid today would be like, I hate you. Like, you're the craziest lunatic. Like, put a bra on. I never wore a bra in my 20s. I'm like, my mom. I'm a hippie.
Dude.
Oh gosh,
You
I
know,
can
it's
imagine.
not
I'm
wearing a
not
bra.
that. No. Yes, I can imagine.
No,
that.
like having a
having a
kid
kid
But
in your
me,
20s.
no,
You'd be
there's
the worst
no way.
parent alive.
I can't even imagine. Like even now, I'm like, could I have a kid? Like I can barely keep a plant alive right now. My mom gave me. She would make what is it called? It's like not the yogurt, but it's but there's like living organisms in it, right?
Oh, kombucha or something?
Not kombucha.
Kefir?
Kefir. So she makes her own kefir, and then she would give it to me. And the way you have the kefir, you have the living organisms. Then you could eat that, whatever, and then you do the water, and you do it overnight, and then you have it. You just keep using the same organisms. So she gave it to me, explained it to me. and I couldn't keep. It died, and she was like, "How's the kefir? How's the kefir going?" And I'm like, didn't know how to tell her. I was like, "Mom, they're dead. Can you give me some more?" She's like, "What?" Like, and it took her a long time. It takes you a while to cultivate them and stuff, I guess. I don't know, but I couldn't believe it. I was like, but I'm never home. Like, my lifestyle is so crazy where I like, maybe tonight I won't come home. I don't know. Like, whatever. I'm just, so I can't live. I can't take care of it, you know? So one time I was drunk talking to my friends and I was like, I think I want a cat, guys. I want a cat. And then I don't know how much I said this and people were like, Lorraine wants a cat. 2 weeks later, someone was like, Lorraine, we got you a cat. We found it and it's beautiful and it's yours. And I was like, wait, what? I mean, I said that, but I didn't mean it. Like, I didn't. So now they have this fucking cat with no home. And everyone's like, this is a beautiful thing, how it worked out, right? And I was like, yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I talked to like one of my best friends and she was like, hey, if I could be honest with you, I think this is a bad decision on your part. Like, I love you, but I don't think that you're ready for a cat. Also, this was like 2 years ago, guys. This is fucked up. So I'm like, really? Like, I was shocked. And then I talked to my mom, and my mom was like, you can't even keep a living organism alive. You cannot have a cat. Are you kidding me? And I didn't. Long story short, I didn't have a cat. I don't have a cat.
I think you would have kept the cat alive. You would have been so in love with the cat, Lorraine.
I'm trying not to fall in love with anything.
Yeah.
Until it just happens naturally.
Yeah.
That was probably natural. No, I don't have the time right now.
Yeah, your instinct is right about that.
Yeah. I'm glad I didn't
I wanna
have
just
kids.
not-
I'm overly obsessive. That's my problem. I thought Bambi was dying. The fire alarm thing was going off, and I was like, at 6 a.m, oh my God, I gotta go to the emergency vet because she was
It's
shaking.
stressful.
It's the beep that was scaring her.
Oh.
I was hysterical. It's stressful.
Yeah.
That's why you.
And
fall-
honestly, like, I kind of like right now love the idea that like I can just leave if I want to, if I need to, if I want to go do a show and like leave for a couple weeks, and I can do that, and that's the best feeling for me right now.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So till
not even a goldfish. Don't even think about it.
no.
Oh yeah, no.
Goldfish are hard.
Poor goldfish.
No. Oh, also this. So my friend went to Europe and she came back with a present for me, and it was like this little tiny ball with like, it just looked like a plug, but there was a goldfish in it, but it was a crystal. It was like a crystal, but smooth, round with a plug, like a pacifier, and it had like a goldfish in it. And she was like, I got you something. And she talked it up. She was like, I got you something that you've been wanting for a really long time.
I think I know where this is going.
And I was like, and then she gave it to me. And I was like, oh my gosh. Just like, a butt plug. Thank you so much. I was like, oh my, you're so sweet. Thank you. And she was like, no, the goldfish. You said you wanted a pet. And I know, like, this is your first, like, step to having a pet is this little goldfish in this crystal ball.
Was it a
that
real
looks like a pacifier.
goldfish?
No, it's like it's art.
Oh,
it's like an art.
I was like, this is morbid.
you were disgusting.
Butt plug.
So have you been using it?
No, I didn't even want a butt plug.
Okay, Lorraine. Whatever you say, babe.
I don't think I've ever seen a butt plug.
You've never seen a butt plug?
First of all,
they're the best.
The butt plugs, like, there's some funny ones.
They're
like,
great.
you would, okay, once you start seeing all the butt plugs, you're going to want all of them. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
There's butt plugs where you put it in your butt, and then you could have, like,
they're like on a string.
tail.
There's a bunch of
You
balls
can
on a string.
I'm not walking around with a tail.
Yeah,
you
don't
know?
knock it till you try it, dude.
I'm too prissy for that.
No, you're supposed to put it in before sex, and then right when it's really hot, then you pull them out one by one by one.
Oh, that's the pearls. That's different.
Oh, we're talking about something else?
A butt plug.
Yeah, it goes in.
Oh, I don't know. I've never done it. So you let us know.
Okay, so the butt. Yeah.
No, that's different.
So
Okay,
the whole,
yes, Nolan,
You're
you
talking
tell
about
us.
the balls.
You're talking
Yeah,
about
I'm talking about the
balls.
balls.
But there's a plug. You just,
That just-
like, it
I've
corks
seen the
it.
plug too.
Yeah.
It corks the butt.
Oh wait, and
I
this is
think-
pretty too because you could do. I've seen it, and I have friends that do it. So it's beautiful. They have the crystal. So instead of a butthole, is you have like this beautiful crystal. So when you're just having normal sex, it looks like Beautiful.
Oh, that's why people use it?
I don't know. That's what I'm thinking.
Wait, it's a crystal.
I'm crazy.
Whatever.
I love crystals.
It, like,
I love
Crystal in your
diamonds.
butt?
It like goes in, and then there's something that keeps it from going all the way in.
That's a crystal?
And that part that shows on the outside
Is a
is some
crystal.
sort of.
Yeah,
That's what you're
It's just beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's just beautiful.
It's
That's why I think
beautiful
you
to
were
have
like
a crystal coming out of your asshole. Okay.
I feel like a dad trying to explain this to a kid. So it goes in.
It's like an earring.
And
Yeah, no, but during sex, if you you have the butt plug in, it's supposed to be really nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's supposed to hit the walls of like you have like.
You know
juice
what?
boxes.
I'm buying myself a fucking butt plug, guys.
Okay,
I got a
yeah,
butt
let us
plug.
know how
Next
it
week,
goes.
I'll let you know.
Let me know how
I'm
it
not
is.
kidding. I'm
I
fucking
just,
doing this shit.
How about whatever happened having a tight ass and tight thighs and just squeezing that shit up? I mean,
Right?
I mean,
Just
you know
Kegels.
what? Porn, okay?
Yeah.
Is-
Thank you.
We're living in a different world now.
yeah, I guess I'm stuck in the whatevers.
But now they also have, a friend told me, I mean, there's also an egg, like a crystal egg that you put in your vagina, and then you just keep it in there all day, and it just
It's like a noni
gets you
wrap.
tighter.
What do you call those? What's that called?
A vagina tightener?
Noni-
Because you
Yeah,
squeeze
yeah,
it
yeah.
to
Yeah, you
hold
have
it
to hold it
up.
in.
Yeah, you have to.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
All right, guys, do you
incredible.
guys
Yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
any, we're going to close up the show pretty soon. Anyone have a life? I should have warned you. I didn't warn you about that it was on camera.
Oh, it's all good.
Sorry about that. And any life lessons that maybe
Shit.
sex related, butt plug related. Quincy,
life
do you have a
lesson.
butt
No,
plug?
I think it's.
any whore butt plug story that you want to tell us? Any pearl story that you have?
You got
Just
some.
let-
You got some freaky stuff.
Do I have some freaky stuff for a life lesson?
Yeah.
Stay away from freaks.
Okay. I don't know, girl. I mean, I'm excited for you. Well, are you really staying single for a while? Or are you?
No,
I'm
I'm trying to date.
You got
I'm
your
trying to
eyes
no,
out.
I do. I'm open, and I'm trying to. I would like to be in a relationship, to be honest with you guys. If I'm not really aimlessly dating. There was moments like for stand-up, I've been doing it for like a good 2 years. The whole time I've been completely single and just dating very casually. But no, now I would like to
So
be
it's
in a
more
relationship.
focused dating.
No,
now.
I don't have a lot of time, and if I'm
Focused dating.
dating you, then I really have an interest.
Yeah, great.
You know. So yeah.
Good.
I guess that's my not life lesson, but maybe where I'm going. But you know what? Who knows? Maybe I'll get ghosted. Maybe 2 weeks I'm back and I'm like on the apps and I'm back. Okay? So we don't know.
Right.
But you guys, thank you so much for listening. This was
Yes.
Lorraine Lopez Loves with Betsy Cox and Allene Quincy. Bye guys.
Woo!